Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Zunist Zunbils. In our last episode we had a couple of holy wars started. Actually only one of these is technically a holy war, the other one is a ducal war. But we are fighting those. We have actually some reasonably large enemy armies to contend with. But I think we're going to continue to siege these holdings before we go and deal with those. Or at least this one holding. Maybe we'll just finish one siege here and then go and fight this army, though this 4,500 is a little worrying since we don't really want them to join up together. Oh, we also have to appoint a new Grand Vizier, of course, because we fired our previous one to appoint Glitterhoof. Well, apparently the mayor that was previously in the job is no longer the best candidate, so we'll appoint this Count, I suppose. Or Chief. Since he'll be 18, and in fact 19 once he realizes that he's fulfilled his lifetime ambition. And we'll see who he needs to go and improve relations with, if anyone. I think everyone is pretty happy. I guess you're a revolt leader, so I guess we don't really care about you. I don't know, I suppose our vassal mayor here, not Masselvair, here in, what is this, Farah probably? We sent him there and he can improve some of the opinions of our vassals in these holdings. Since I guess that's not totally useless. You are sitting on the floor of your bedchamber wearing one of your shoes as a hat when suddenly a man-sized gopher enters the room. It is dressed as a maid, and when you shout in alarm, the rodent squeaks and skitters away in a panic. You chase it down the hall, but find only a terrified maid cowering on the floor. Where did the gopher go? Did you see? So we lose 20 more prestige. Fortunately, we are so prestigious that nobody is ever going to care that we are a complete lunatic. Apparently we've been getting a lot of events about that lately, for whatever reason. And some technology from Constantinople, and this army is now on the move as well, heading into Shiraz. I wonder if we can get here first, probably not. Well, we're getting there sooner than half of it. So that's not really good enough. We do have a organizer in charge. An organizer. I don't know. We have more than enough troops to fight them even if they do get joined up, I suppose, so I shouldn't really be too worried about it. We haven't even raised our holy order yet, so we can always do that. We need to. Or mercenaries, for that matter. We have a new satrap of Kerman. Satrap Godars. He is pretty happy with me, okay. Decent military guy. I suppose we could try to at least stop this 4,000. Still not going to get there in time from here. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, we want another siege up here. It'll be a while before we siege through all of these holdings and get our ticking war score. But that's okay. We're not in a huge rush. We have probably a couple of years left on our truce with the Seljuks before we can... Actually only about 1 year? Year and a half. But we'll definitely be taking another duchy from them. And once they're taken care of, if they're not already taken care of, we don't have to worry about any more further surprising invasions until, I guess, the Mongols show up, which will be 1,200 or so. We're taking a sizable amount of attrition here because my vassal satrap is marching his army right through this province, which I don't like. Why you gotta be that way? How is his war going, incidentally? This one... He is winning. And something just happened over here, but I wasn't really looking at it, so I'm not sure what. If this 4,000 or so is heading up towards this army, I may be a little worried about that. No, apparently they're not, okay. And this army down here is sieging the mountains, so I guess we'll probably just have to leave them alone. At least for now. And having lost a couple of thousand troops from here is actually kind of bad. We still outnumber them, but by a lower margin now. We are winning more sieges up here though, taking prisoners, which we will duly attempt to ransom. Unless they are contributing war score, which they're not, okay. Alright, not much in the way of ransoms, but I suppose some is better than none. I can probably ransom the other person now. I think we're still making money, so it's not a big deal. Though I believe if we did have to raise our holy order, we would be paying for it. Since they don't work for free when it's not a defensive war. We could definitely afford them for a while, though. Okay, I think having just finished a siege here, we'll try to go and attack this army. We can. Seems like they're happy to take that battle. Have a new satrap who is a big fan of me. We're getting plus 42 from our long reign bonus at this point, which is pretty good. Not even that old at 56, so our health problems are probably going to kill us sooner rather than later. Alright, that battle went pretty well. The army is all retreating up here. I guess we'll follow and then come back here. Ooh, and I was not paying attention up here, and this guy has gotten an army together and attacked me. Though it seems like it's going pretty well for us, despite the lack of any defensive terrain. Well, that was lucky. We probably don't want to follow into the mountains, but we probably do want to send a few reinforcements up there. We will break off 1,000 or so from this army. Doesn't really seem like the best route. Come up this way. Less likely to run into the enemy army. Need a new steward. I suppose we'll appoint this satrap since he is going to be exactly as good. And he is a satrap. This is the mountains here, and in fact they've gotten their morale almost entirely back, but I think we are going to be fine anyway. We have let them get into our target county here, though, unfortunately. We captured this guy in battle, okay. That's great. Okay, it seems like they're not actually heading to this county, which is good news. Or maybe they are. They're going to be there on the 3rd of March. Before my army gets there. I hate to give up the siege progress here because we are almost finished one. Definitely don't like the numbers though, fighting them in the mountains here. I think we'll give up the siege progress. Either we scare them away and we don't have to fight the battle, or we would almost certainly win the battle. Okay, they're headed back again. Now they're going to be there on the 17th. I think we'll just scare them off again. We actually weren't moving long enough to lose the siege progress, so we can just do that again. And maybe we'll delay them one more time. Actually, probably no need to delay them now. We're now going to be fighting them with the train on our side instead. Means we'll probably do just fine. Maybe not, though. I'm gonna send some reinforcements. Alright, the reinforcements were enough to change their minds. Now let's send just this many over. Apparently they're still coming here. Okay, they're just going to come no matter what, I see. Well, let's hope this goes well. We do have the mountains, of course. We cornered this guy and slew him. Good riddance. Seems like we are gonna break the left and right, which is probably bad news for them. We are slaying all kinds of people. Alright, and that brings us up to 95% in that war, which is good. And we have a new satrap. Again, very happy with me. And we have a Hindu uprising. Okay. Over here somewhere, I assume? Okay. 7,000 of them. Well, I think that means we can raise our holy order for free, apart from the initial piety cost, of course, so I think we'll do that. And probably just use them to fight the religious revolt. We could use them to fight in these wars as well, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. The rise of the Shia, okay. Not really too much of a concern for us, I think. And this Sun Guardian is happier with me now. A single siege here is probably going to give us the victory in this war, so that is going to be over before they finish a siege. This satrap Hormuz the Cruel is again gossiping about my other vassals. We definitely don't care about this guy, I think. I mean, he doesn't particularly like me, but we don't have any good reason to arrest him, really. I mean, I guess we could possibly revoke his title and grant it to somebody else who'll like me more, but I don't think that's really worth the trouble. I have a grandson who needs educating. So we'll use him for opinion if there's anybody who doesn't like me. This guy is only at 87. So we'll get him right up to 100. And somebody else has been called into this holy war, but that's definitely going to be too little too late, I think. Okay, that siege was in the Ducal War up here, but this one should get us to 100. Okay then. So we need to give out the counties to suitable characters. With high stewardship, I guess. You can have that one. And you can have this one. Alright, so up to 24 out of 25 on our vassal limit. This duchy can be usurped when he's not at war, since he no longer holds any land within it, and we'll be able to get rid of some vassals once we can do that. I think we'll maybe send this many troops up here to... Actually, there's enough troops there. We'll just send them over to siege the capital and speed things up a bit there. And these we probably aren't going to need against the religious rebels. We will just disband these. Actually, with any luck, some of those ones we just disbanded were from vassals over here, and we can re-raise them and still use them without having to wait for them to march all the way over. So that turned out pretty well. Seljuk is doing stuff. Is our truce over? Not until November, so hopefully we'll have dealt with both of these two wars by the time that's done. Actually, I think the Ducal War at least is going to take a little bit longer. But that's okay. And unfortunately we are marching through a desert county here, but I think we're not really going to be able to avoid that. So we'll just have to hope that we don't take too much attrition. And unfortunately there's a river crossing as well, but I think we're going to be okay. Okay, another county converted. Let's check on the overall progress there. Now we have... what's going on here? Okay, that's fine. I thought it was converting the other way. So we have a Hindu county up here. One more in here. Kind of hard to see where the borders are, and a few more Sunni counties in this area, especially the ones we just took, obviously. But we're approaching complete religious unity. If that was a thing in Crusader Kings 2, but it's not. Well, they are trying to run away, so that's good news. We're arriving same day, which I don't know if that will count. So we'll appoint an organizer and make sure that we catch them. And our superior numbers will take us to victory. Should be keeping a slightly closer eye on what's going on over here, but I don't think we're in too much danger. Apparently this guy is in this war. So that is a little worrying, because between him and this army we have a slight disadvantage if they attack this stack. Actually a substantial disadvantage. So we'll send probably... I don't know, about this many troops up here, which should mean we'll be reasonably okay if we're attacked. But we are going to have to wait until the next episode to finish that war and finish putting down the religious uprising, because we're out of time for now. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.